Every viral video has one thing in common: a title and a thumbnail that people can't ignore. If you want to create an outlier video that blows up your channel in a good way, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Now, I've made over $1.7 million on YouTube since 2020, and the bulk of that since 2022. And some of the best performing titles and thumbnails that I've ever created weren't even for my own channels. They were for others. And what made them work is a process. I'm going to show you how I think through the process of creating outlier videos and what really moves the needle for growth on YouTube. The single most important aspect of every video on YouTube is the title and the thumbnail. Without it, nobody's ever going to click on your video. You can have the best video on YouTube, but if nobody watches it, well, you get the point. So the tool I use to kick off this process is called oneof10.com. I put a link to the tool in the description. It's an affiliate link and I do get a small commission, but I use this tool every single day. It's made me a lot of money because I get ideas that are going viral on YouTube. Then I translate that into my own niche and create outlier videos on my channel. So I'm going to walk you through my step-by-step process of what I look for on 1 of 10, and then how I take that information, I use ChatGPT to generate amazing ideas, and then how I finally narrow everything down to the perfect title and thumbnail for my niche that gives my video the best shot of blowing up. Okay, so this is the tool, and there's a search bar up here where you can type in a niche or a specific channel. I just like using random. And then you come over to the filters here and you can say that I want an outlier. So what this means is when I say 5x, I want to see videos from channels that do 5 times the amount of views that their normal videos do. So you can really up this. I mean, you could do this. I've seen videos that have done like over 100 times, even up to like 300 times. But let's start at 50, and then we'll say, we want to see where there's at least 50,000 views on the video. So what we don't want is like super small channels that are getting like 20 to 30 views a video. Then they get one that has like 500 views. You don't want that. You want one with at least 50,000 views. And then I want to see in the last 3 months because I want this to be relevant. So when I click this, now I can just see, you're going to see a lot of different topics here. But let's just go through some of these that really stand out. A lot of these like nature ones do stand out because look at the thumbnail. It looks like there's this massive tidal wave coming in. This is interesting. I mean, it's a gaming one, but exposing 25 secrets and 99 nights in the forest. Exposing 25 secrets, and then there's an arrow pointing to some like hidden staircase. So this works. I know for a fact that this style works for a lot of different niches. It works really well in the storytelling niche whenever you show like something underground or something mysterious, like what is going on here. And the wording and phrasing is pretty interesting where it says exposing 25 secrets. So we can save this one. We can just bookmark this one. We'll come back to that one. This one's pretty interesting. Dubai is collapsing, and then it just shows like the city kind of collapsing. That's not too bad. That's not amazing though. Now these kind are always interesting and gross. I wouldn't recommend that. I just think it's kind of gross. Okay, this is very interesting. So this is about 10 airport luggage hacks airlines hate. Never lose your bag. And then it shows this one's easy to steal and this one isn't. How does this make you feel when you see this thumbnail? You really don't know what's going on. You're like, why is the red one easier to steal than this orange one? They look the same. So it creates this curiosity gap. That's what you're trying to do with every title and thumbnail, is create this curiosity gap. Like, I want to click this. I don't even care about luggage or anything, but I want to know, why is it easy to steal? When you capture that emotion in somebody, that's when you know you got a fantastic thumbnail. So this one is great. Look, it did 62 times what they normally do. This is a great thumbnail. Let's go ahead and bookmark this one as well. Then we're going to take a look at all the ones that we bookmarked and see how we can translate those into our niche. I'm going to give you a couple different niches where you can take one of these thumbnails and titles and how you can relate it to your own niche. These ones are great. I do like the don't just do this. That's kind of like the same thing as this. Like, don't do this, even though it's a green check mark. Like, this is easy to steal. This isn't. I see a lot of channels use famous news anchors to get clicks. Like, you can see Jesse Waters here for Michael Jackson. This one with Cooper Anderson, Biggie Smalls, Finally Solved. Now, this is pretty cool. I know that this style works really well. Not with the news anchor. I mean, I know that this works, but when you show cops over something in it, I mean, it could be obviously it's a body, but that is a good thumbnail. 28 years later, Biggie Smalls mystery finally solved, and it's bad. So it makes it look like, oh, this is official. And I don't know if this is or not. I'm not going to click on it. It probably isn't anything. I see these all of the time. These are all automated channels. They're all faceless channels, and they release like 2 to 3 videos a day, and they have a certain formula for their title and their thumbnail that creates curiosity. And they're just hoping most of their videos will just get like 1,000, maybe 3,000 views, and then they have one pop off. Like this one did 52 and a half times the normal, and it got 79,000 views. Old Western storytelling channel, and they're pointing to this thing on his knee. Lonely rancher suffered with a tumor. When it burst, he was shocked by what came out, which is gross, right? It's gross, but it works. Let's just open this up and let's look at the different ones that they have on this channel. This is actually an interesting channel to review. So you can see poor farmer took over an abandoned stone house, found secret contracts that changed his fortune. So they're just trying to find, like, poor farmer's dog barked at the old well for days. Inside was something that no one believed existed. You can see how it's like trying to create that curiosity gap. Every single one does. And if we just go and we sort by popular, I mean, this channel is not old at all. Look at this one. Poor virgin girl was about to be hanged until a drunken cowboy challenged the judge. And it got 177,000 views. And if you look at all their latest videos, they're getting like 1.8, 3,000 views. So that one was just a mega outlier for them. So they just keep trying different things. And look how many they release a day. 14 hours ago, 19 hours ago, 1 day ago. They release like 3 videos a day, and they're all 28, 38 minutes long, and the quality of the video is extremely low. All it is just a couple of different pictures going across the screen for like a 30-minute video, and they have the text on the screen as well. Look, here's another one. Here's the Wild Wild West show, and here's a Wild Wild West Tales too. So a lot of people are using these different storytelling channels in these different genres, like the Wild West, or maybe it's the medieval times or something like that. And it says a young boy gave his blanket to a dying Indian girl. 700 warriors lined up outside his barn. It's just like random. They don't know what's going to be popular, but they construct it in a way, and they release so many that one is going to hit. You just never know what is going to hit with users. And then they get that one. This is like 67x what they normally do. Here's 83,000 views on this. And if this is a 28-minute video, 83,000. Yeah, so they could be making about $80 on this video because you get paid per 1,000. So 8 times 10, probably 83 bucks that they got for this video. This is pretty interesting. I mean, a rat caused the plane. This little rat caused this plane to go down. What caused the Indian Air? Mysterious sound before impact. So that little clip, like this little piece of text right here, is interesting. Is what kind of like sells this. The thumbnail is pretty good, but they give too much away, I think, in this thumbnail. I think this could be even better if they don't say that it's a rat. But the mysterious sound before impact, that's very interesting. and that you're pointing to some part of the plane is another thing that's like really interesting. This poor 12-year-old black girl saved a millionaire, but what he whispered made her cry. This is just another one of those storytelling channels. Look, it did 386 times what it normally does. Normally does 1,000, and it did 837,000 views. Wow. And let's take a look at their channel. It's like, this is very like, I don't know. This is like a very racial channel. I would never do something like this. It's all very like controversial stuff. That's why they get views. Like most of their stuff gets hardly any views. You can see it's only got a couple hundred views, and then they have one that gets like a lot of views. Okay, now here's a really good one. You're 140% stronger. Only 1% of people have this strength trait. That's fascinating. Automatically, you want to click on it because you want to know if you're one of the 1%. So I think that this is a really good thumbnail that we'll bookmark as well. So what I do is I just try to like scroll through this and then try to find at least like 5 or 6 different thumbnails that I think are interesting. And if I don't find anything, then I'll just change the filters. So maybe my filters are a little too much. So instead of like 50x, let's go down to like 10x, and maybe let's move it up to 100,000, and let's do 10x here. And then we should get like a different set. So now it's a little different. You can see some different thumbnails. Here's an interesting one. Millions don't know this secret. This great idea will surprise you. See how this is what's really interesting is they don't give anything away. This is like a big thing that I try to do is I try not to give anything away and create the maximal amount of intrigue. And if you look at this, millions don't know this secret. Anytime you say millions, it applies to so many people. So one of the things with like YouTube videos is you want to make a video for your niche, but you also want it to appeal to like a much broader audience. So you want to make it for like your core audience, your casual audience, and your new audience, people who haven't discovered you yet. And when you say like millions, that automatically just broadens your audience. And the way they position this is they don't know this secret. So it's like you're missing out. It's almost like FOMO is the emotion that you're creating. Like, oh, I don't know this secret. This great idea will surprise you. Oh, well, what is it? And then you see somebody hold these like bolts or whatever these things are. And you're like, well, what is this? So that's a very good thumbnail. Thumbnail and title. Yeah, this is also a very good one. I've seen this before. Is this Border Patrol officer vanished in 1995. 9 years later, Homeland Security finds this. And so this is the lady who vanished, and they found apparently her vehicle half buried. And it creates a curiosity gap. Like, what is missing here? The biggest thing you want to do is create the curiosity gap. That's it. Now, this is also interesting too, the silent continent. And this lady looks sad, and I can't even tell what this is here. Is that, I don't know if it's some type of wildlife, but the reason why Australia can't be repopulated shocked the world. It's a very good thumbnail, and it's a lot of things are dying. So what is dying? I can't really tell what it is. And here's also a very interesting one. 4,000-year-olds. Oh, it opened for the first time in 4,000 years. Well, what is in it? People want to know. Okay, this is the last one we'll look at. It says, never ignore this phrase. And that's super powerful. So we're going to bookmark this and use this as well. Okay, so now let's take a look at these videos that we bookmarked and then find like what is making it so good and getting so many more views than the normal videos on their channel. And then how can we take that idea or that idea or concept and translate it into your own niche? So on one of 10, you can click on bookmarks, and then it shows all your different bookmarks. You can have different categories. So the video, here's all my videos. We have 4 of them. So I'm going to show you what I do and how I use ChatGPT to create this, because GPT is going to give you the ideas. You want a lot of different ideas and you want to see which one really hits with you, because you're going to have to create quite a few of them. So let's get into that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just screenshot this first one. I'm going to paste it in, and then I'm just going to tell GPT. Now I use Whisper, which is I can just talk to my computer and then it'll say what I want. I just hit the function key twice. So I'm going to say something like this. Let's do the finance niche first. This is a high performing thumbnail, and I want to translate this to the finance niche. Please give me at least 10 different ideas that I can use using the same structure as this thumbnail title combination for the finance niche, because GPT can read all these different thumbnails. So here we go. Thumbnail text: easy to go broke. 10 money traps that banks hope you don't notice. Stop losing cash today. Secret fee: 7 hidden bank credit cards used to drain you. Avoid these now. Easy to lose: 9 retirement hacks that Wall Street hates. Protect your 401k. It gives you a bunch of interesting things. So now let's have it go for another niche. Maybe you're in, let's just say, basketball niche. So translate this into the basketball niche. 10 shooting hacks coaches don't teach. Never brick again. These are fantastic. Secret edge: 7 hidden moves defenders hate. Score every time. 9 habits that separate great players from average ones. That's pretty good, but I love this first one. This really stands out. Easy to turn over: 10 dribbling mistakes killing your game. That's a really good one too. You can see how this works. Let's do this one. I'm going to take this one. Please look at this thumbnail and title combination and translate it to 3 different niches. They could be random niches. I want the same type of concept, but I want it to apply to the 3 random niches that you select, and give me at least 3 options for each one. Because a lot of people just get stuck in different areas. So it's good that you're watching this. So here's our main thumbnail. We have this: millions don't know the secret. This great idea will surprise you. You have no idea what it is. So let's go. Fitness and health. Millions don't know the secret. This one move burns fat faster than running. Yeah, that's interesting. This $5 hack will transform your workouts. Trainers don't tell you this. That's pretty good. It's not as good as the first one. The secret exercise everyone over 30 should be doing but isn't. Okay, that's fantastic. I love that one. Okay, let's go look at cooking. Millions don't know the secret. This one ingredient changes everything. Wow, that's pretty good. This kitchen hack will shock you. The chefs don't want you to know. That's not as good. Secret cooking trick that makes food taste 10 times better. Not as good. I like this one, probably the best out of here, but we'll show, if you kind of like this, but you're not super happy with it, I'll show you what I do, at least, on how to narrow this down further. But let's look at personal finance. Save thousands with this simple hack. The secret banks don't want you to know. This one idea will surprise you and make you richer than you think. The first one is usually the best. That one's good. So I'm going to go with this cooking one, and I'm going to say, okay, I like this for the cooking niche. Now give me 10 more options that are very high converting, that evoke some type of emotion when the user will view it, that are similar to this title. Chefs will never tell you this one ingredient. Secret will blow your mind. I just can't believe I learned this. The trick. Millions are cooking wrong. Try this once and you'll never go back. Okay, I like that one. This one change will make your friends beg for your recipes. That's pretty good too. But I like this one the best. This didn't give me that good, but that's what I would just do. I would just keep going and get a bunch of different examples until I find one that just really hits me hard. And then I'm like, okay, that is the one I want. So let's do one more. Let's do this one. This one's pretty interesting. Okay, let's do the same thing for this one. The thumbnail and title combination, and break it down into 3 random niches that you haven't done before. So here we go. If you ever see this email, delete it immediately. A scam. That's a great one. Hackers use this one trick to steal your password. Don't fall for it. Never ignore this pop-up. These are all fantastic for technology and online safety. If someone says this while you travel, you're being scammed. These are great. Never ignore this phrase from your team. Oh, this is a fantastic one right here. That's really, really good as a father of teenagers. So that's my process on how I use 1 of 10 to search for outliers. And then I'll take that information and I'll put it into GPT, and I'll get a bunch of different ideas for the titles. And then the final step is getting the thumbnail. And what I try to do is try to emulate what that thumbnail is saying. So if it's something as simple as like a person on there with text, that's very easy to emulate. If it's something where it's like this before and after, then I'll try to recreate that in my thumbnail too. So the thumbnail design is really involved, and I'm going to get into that in another video. But this is how you get that concept that drives everything. You want to make sure that you get a good thumbnail idea and a perfect title. With this process that I just showed you, you can nail down the idea and you can nail down the title. Creating the thumbnail is a little bit of an art form, which there's different tools that you can use to really hone that in. Like Nano Banana from Google AI Studio is one. If you're not really familiar with Photoshop and how to manipulate Photoshop, that is a great tool to use. You can basically just talk to it and it'll change the images for you. So I'm going to go through that in another video, but hopefully you learned something. If you found this valuable, I'd really appreciate you hit the like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next video.